RZ and I just Retropolis Zone and I, we were actually talking about Final Fantasy 13 on his server, and he was saying that because like he brought up something kind of similar to what you're saying, where it's like the story is good, it's just the writing and the way how it's paced out is pretty bad, and that's something I kind of see with this game too. Whereas like some of the stories are good, like the ideas that they had, like what they had going was good. It's just the way how they did it. It was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was lacking, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I think Knuckles, like this is the SA1, SA2 characterization for Knuckles is probably my favorite one. I think most people would agree, because lots of people hate him in the later games, because
he's stupid.
Ironically, Forces actually made him smart again, and people didn't give that any credit.
I thought about this plan in less than a minute. Half our team is wiped out, and the other half is running away.
Well, you compare that to Rise of Lyric.
Yeah.
In the Sonic Boom TV show, and it's like much closer to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because, people had been complaining about that for a while. Then they have Knuckles be like the leader of a resistance and stuff, and nobody even...
I think the difference between... Oh my god, what's with all that dirt?
I don't know what's happening there.
I think the difference, though, with Knuckles and Force is that he's not really so much of a goofball, but he is still pretty stupid. As opposed to, like, Boom, where he's just a goofball and stupid.
And, I find that version of Knuckles funny, personally. But this version of Knuckles is definitely my favorite. Like, just in terms of his backstory, and, he's easily tricked, but he's not a total dumbass either. He's willing to help out Sonic, but he still doesn't kind of fully trust him. I was trying to talk to that guy there.
Oh, okay.
And don't worry, the switch does not phase through the ground, unlike with the big playthrough.
Yeah. If we can actually talk about with Marvel and Avengers Infinity War and stuff like that, I think it would be interesting if, they wrote Knuckles in the kind of way how they would write Thor in those movies.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a fish out of water. He's incredibly powerful. He's from, an old-timey-ish kind of place, I guess. Like a more ancient kind of society.
Mm-hmm.
So he's, kind of dumb in the sense where it's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. What is this, Snapchat? You'd be kind of like that, but he's also incredibly powerful, and he has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
They should do something
I'll talk more about that in a second. But this is Red Mountain. This is my favorite treasure hunting stage in Sonic Adventure 1.
I'll agree with that.
Mostly because it is the biggest. Because one of the problems is with stage like Casinopolis and, what's it called? Speed Highway. Those levels are so small, there's only so many places you can find the emeralds, and the radar in this game is so much more powerful than in the second game, that you'll beat them in a minute.
I can give you Speed Highway, but Casinopolis or Casinopolis?
Casinopolis.
Ooh, headache up, excuse me. I always liked that one because it's interesting to see how, you play through it as Sonic and you're in that main hub area. You don't really get to go there as Tails, and then in Knuckles you actually get to fully explore it. So while it is kind of small, there's still a lot going on in it.
Yeah, sure, I agree with that. It's fun to see the lion and the pirate ship and all that kind of stuff that you can only kind of see in the first person view with Sonic and Tails. Actually, Tails, you don't even get to go to the lobby.
Right.
But at the same time, the level's over in a minute. Very easily. And it's just even Tikal, if you find Tikal, for some reason I'm punching this guy and it's not working, but I jump into him and that does it. Tikal, if you touch her, the little orbs within the levels, she will literally fly in the direction of the nearest emerald and make it even easier for you. So it's just, for the most part, I feel like these levels are too easy, is the problem, and they're a little too quick, and I would have liked just a little bit more guesswork. I'm fine, I understand why people don't like the stages in the second game, I really do. I understand how, the way that these are designed makes it a lot more accessible for people who just want to get the game over with,
Right.
Move on to the next character. I get all of that, but as someone who knows the levels from 2 so well, and really appreciates the intricacies of their design and how you're meant to play them. Coming back to these, it just feels like there's nothing there. There's nothing to it. Like, they go by so quickly. And that's why Red Mountain is one of my favorite stages to play in the game, because it's a little bit bigger, which means that, all 3 panels on the radar aren't going to light up at once. You have to explore a little bit. And the way that the level is designed, even once a panel on the radar lights up, you still have to do a little bit of searching before you're going to uncover that emerald. So that to me is the most fun level to play. It's the closest to something I could play in Adventure 2.
I like Red Mountain because it's not too big and it's not too small. It's like it's just the right size for that kind of level, and that's coming from someone who doesn't really care much for the treasure hunting levels, I guess. Because you even made the comparison to Mario 64. I've just never really been a huge fan of those kind of games, like the
5 seconds, 6 seconds between spoken lines of dialogue.
Gosh dang it, Exo.
3 seconds, 4 seconds.
But they had to show that he was punching.
What do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing?
Because it's like, some of these pauses are about we need to show the character doing something. It's fine. But the pacing here, it's the same problem that Ocarina of Time has that I talked about in the review. It's just the N64 version, I mean, where it's just like what these characters are saying and what is happening in the scene is not interesting or important enough to justify how slowly they move. Especially when it's something you've already seen in a previous playthrough. And this is obviously a Dreamcast problem, for the most part. Because if I was playing this on the GameCube, I would have skipped it. Except this is a playthrough, so I probably would have showed it anyway. But you know what I mean, it's just like, there are plenty of advantages to the Dreamcast version, and certainly I've been convinced of that from looking at the evidence there. But would I ever want to play this version over the GameCube? No, and my reasoning is because these cutscenes are too boring. I can't watch them all anymore. And you might remember, Ryan, that earlier in the playthrough I said that I thought this game had better voice acting than the second one. You actually fought me on that, which surprised me.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna qualify that a little bit more. I think the voice acting in Sonic's campaign is better than SA2. But with some of these alternate, like this game is very postmodern in that the dialogue changes depending on who you play as. It's the idea of the scene is the same, but like what the characters say precisely will differ depending on who you play. Like, in Sonic's campaign, Dr. Eggman's pretty serious, but still kind of treated as a joke. In Tails' campaign, he's actually pretty damn menacing. Like, away before I make mincemeat out of you. And he's like really gravelly and, but in Knuckles' campaign, he's kind of a joke. They treat him, he's the most comical out of the 6 playthroughs in Knuckles' campaign.
Yeah, even earlier he was like, what? This isn't what you're looking for.
Oh, this isn't what you're after? First come, first served, they say. And you serve me too well for your own good.
I don't know if it's my
Knuckles.
internet or what, but it is just like... It is like the video is like freezing sometimes. Like it's playing fine now.
That's gotta be your internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like the file locally that I rendered myself that I'm watching. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, we're fighting this boss for the second time, and it won't be the last. It is... The only thing that's really changed here is since Sonic and Knuckles play differently, you're gonna be fighting this boss in a different way. Like with Sonic, you're gonna homing attack into it, but with Knuckles, you're gonna glide into it. I know, but still, the problem is that you spend most of this boss running around and waiting for him to poke his head out of the water.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with waiting for the end to come.
God dang it! That's the second time you made that joke on this playthrough.
And it probably won't be the last, knowing me.
Don't mind me, I'm just waiting for the end to come. Oh, damn it, now you got me doing it!
He's 50% water and 50% pain and 100% reason to remember the name.
That's not even Linkin Park. You're not even trying anymore.
Yeah, but it's Mike Shinoda.
It's Fort Minor.
Yeah, but it's still Mike Shinoda.
God dang it. I'll give you. I'll let it slide. I'll give it to you.
And would you believe that's the second time I've referenced Remember the Name on the channel in so many days.
He's just standing there. Menacingly.
Yeah, he's standing in there. If you think that's funny, wait till you see what happens at the end of Lost World.
Isn't that the one where Sonic is just walking in the field and just like, I think I'm gonna go take a nap, and then Eggman loses half of his mustache?
Oh, no, not the end of Sonic Lost World. I mean the end of the stage Lost World.
Okay.
Perhaps you should be the one to tell him.
What's wrong with my mustache?
That game. I love it gameplay-wise, but the story is, like, schizophrenic as fuck.
Bipolar as Florida's weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you go from Sonic and Zaz trading cheesy insults to Eggman bashing an ice monitor and then saying, as long as my hands can still strangle a Zeddy, I'll be fine.
Contemplating genocide.
Yeah.
Baldy nose hair! I'll eat your black hearts, you rebellious scum!
Oh, damn.
It's like, it don't work! It don't work!
Yeah, it don't work. At least Forces picked a tone and stuck with it.
For the most part, yeah.
Like, it had a couple parts where it's just like, Infinite's just killing people off screen, and then the stupid torture line. But other than that, they picked this kind of somber tone and just went with it.
Yeah.
And they didn't bounce around too much.
And they had a couple of stupid jokes, like the, we found 1 terabyte of Eggman selfies! It's like, ugh.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't blame you for forgetting about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic Forces had a decent tone, I guess.
Yeah. But, you know, Knuckles, I do feel like you could make a really interesting story, and I don't know what the comics did with him. You know, either Archie or IDW. Maybe they had a really good Knuckles story that was kind of like an adaptation of Sonic 3 Knuckles, but, you know, just like this idea, he's the last of his race. He has to guard the Master Emerald. He's kind of goofy, not especially bright, and doesn't really do a good job gauging people's intentions, but he has Heart of Gold, and he'll stand up to protect his friends and what he cares for. You could make a really good story out of that. And, you know, there are kind of bits and pieces of that Knuckles' playthrough in this game. And, you know, in terms of doing something with Knuckles as a character, this is probably the most they've ever done in any of these games. But still, a lot of it is just standing around and watching people say inane stuff.
Hey, who knows? We might get him being fleshed out a bit more in the Sonic movie.
There is no way that will be good.
So, Exo, you know, I'm like...
I would love to be wrong about that.
You know I'm like a hopeless optimist, right?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
For the most part, I'm a hopeless optimist. That movie is fucking doomed.
Yeah, there's no way.
Even I'm saying it. Like, I want the movie to be good, but I don't see it.
I would absolutely love to be wrong about that.
Yeah, you know, if we're proven wrong about this, we're gonna be the first ones telling you guys. We're gonna be telling you, go see this fucking movie. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. But we're not gonna be doing that. We're not gonna be doing that because we already know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah. Especially if the real world and humans are involved, and it's not a cartoon.
Like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, well, probably more like a Smurfs or a Hop.
Well, no, I'm saying like it won't be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, as in it won't be a live-action cartoon hybrid, but actually good. It would probably be like the Smurfs or Alvin and the Chipmunks, where it's bad.
I don't know, I guess it'll depend what the story is, but it's just, I just feel like Sonic works the best when they kind of keep it simple. Like, you can have god monsters if you want, fine. But just, I think what makes Sonic so much fun for a lot of people and what really resonates is just kind of the characters and the tone, you know? Like, we like watching Knuckles be kind of a easily tricked goofball with the heart of gold. We like Tails inventing stuff and kind of being the smart one, but still kind of being the young, naive one. We like Sonic's, he's a hopeless optimist too, and just fun-loving to a fault. We love watching Eggman, pretty much, he's always the best part of these newer Sonic games.
With the exception of Forces.
Well, even you said during our Forces UC episode that he was, like, one of the best parts of that story.
I don't know, like, I've been thinking about it, because he's only in, like, 2 or 3 scenes.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I liked him in Forces.
I mean, I liked him in Forces too, but they could have done more with him. I like the line where it's just like, you know what they say, the anticipation of the end is worse than the end itself. Maybe not in this case, though. Like, I like that line. That's a good one.
Yeah, but, Eggman's always popular. Like, we like these characters, and we like seeing them interact, and I think that's why, Amy, too, is, especially in this game, in Heroes, is a pretty fun character as well. I know a lot of people hate her, but I'm not one of them. I like Amy. She sucks in some later games like 06 especially, and Knuckles does too.
Amy is the worst playstyle in this fucking game! Fuck!
Yeah, she is. And considering what game we're talking about, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
This is the hardest level to get the A mission on. Which I don't know, I guess means that it's... Because, like, it's like one of the things is, it's kind of hard to judge any treasure hunting stage based on one playthrough of them. Because, in Sonic Adventure 1, what I find is that there are maybe like 15 different possible emerald locations per stage, and then the game will just randomly assign the 3 shards to those locations.
Yeah.
Whereas in Sonic Adventure 2, there are considerably more. This is what I was talking about earlier. At the end of Lost World.
That happens every time, though. Whereas you just go through the floor.
Good enough.
Yeah, it's a relatively harmless glitch, comparatively speaking.
No, we gotta make it public and bash the game's teeth in for it.
But this level can actually be kind of tricky to get the A mission on, because emeralds could be buried, they could be hidden in that long vertical shaft, they could be hidden inside an enemy, and it can take a while.
And you wouldn't think
watch those timers.
You don't think it would be that bad either, because the level itself is so confined. I think Lost World is the smallest level in the game, right?
In terms of Knuckles, probably, yeah. But it's just like it's more like it's a small space with a lot of nooks and crannies to search through.
A lot of nooks and crannies?
Oh, fuck!
What may happen? You must take everyone away from here.
I feel as if Takala's been in other games, though. Like her voice actress. Who is she? I'm gonna Google that shit.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Oh, fun fact, though. The other day, I've been watching the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. Are you familiar with that?
I understand.
Is that the one where it's like, it looks kind of gritty?
Must be a better way to do
Yes.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But it's actually a surprisingly dark, deep kids show. It feels like a natural progression of what Batman the Animated Series was, honestly.
Oh no, are we gonna get Jay on this call? What?
Jay actually does like TMNTL3 show. It's a good show. Go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. I recommend it. It's probably the best Turtles show that's ever been.
Chaos has a voice actor. Hang on, what? It says the voice of Chaos. Oh, now it says no voice actor. I've been lied to.
5, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds,
Jesus,
11 seconds. 11 seconds of silence before a spoken line is shown in the scene.
Elara Disler is the voice of
Never heard of
Tikal.
her.
This is beginning
But, surprisingly, despite how dark the TMNT L3 show is, it's actually a 4Kids produced show.
Oh,
And
wow.
this is a show where, like, one of the main antagonists gradually gets parts of his body stolen by the Shredder until he's nothing but a brain and an eyeball and a spinal column in a jar.
Jesus Christ, what?
Yeah. And despite what that sounds like, the show still works. But, yeah, it has a lot of the 4Kids regular voice actors on there, including Mike Pollock and Dan Green. Jason Griffith shows up in quite a few episodes as Miyamoto Usagi, who is like a rabbit samurai from another dimension.
So the voice actress to Tikal, she's Lumina Flowlight and Knights from Sonic Shuffle, and Princess Dar from Frogger: The Great Quest. And that's
You
it.
know, Frogger the Great Quest sounds like it would have a plot similar to Felix the Cat the movie.
Felix the Cat the movie. Why do I know that?
The Nostalgia Critic reviewed it a long time ago. And the plot of the movie is surprisingly reminiscent of Sonic 06.
Isn't that one of Eggman's robots?
Oh, I remember this.
I know.
I'm gonna send you, Exo. I want you to put up a picture of Frogger from Frogger: The Great Quest. I'm gonna send you a picture or the link on Discord.
Oh god.
Put up a picture. I remember this. Let's take a look.
Frogger talks.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is this thing?
That's Frogger. I remember this. Holy shit! There was a Game Boy Advance game of this. I remember this.
There is a game where Frogger is anthropomorphized and meets a princess.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Okay.
I remember this.